You've had a song on every album, A Conversation with God.
Yes.
You've had...
And a prayer.
And a prayer. And I think you've had...
Three conversations with the devil.
Three conversations with the devil. Why with the devil?
Well, to make a fair decision, I think you have to be aware of both sides. And I was approached, so of course I had a conversation. It doesn't mean I rode with him or believed him. I just was able to recognize him by what he said to me and what he offered me. Say, oh, now I know you are. That's why I stopped talking to him. I've put out 7 albums, but he's only on 3.
Since Diddy's trials began, people have been doing a lot of digging into his past, and the deceased rapper DMX's name keeps coming up. DMX was one of the few people who stood up against Diddy and Jay Z back then. And now, with everything that come out in the Diddy trial, and the extent he used to go, there have been talks that he was somehow connected to DMX's passing, and people have been dissecting DMX's last moment to find evidence of what really was happening behind the scenes. DMX was really big back in the day. We talking late 90s to early 2000s. He was literally the hip-hop legend of his time, and yes, he was way bigger than Jay Z. DMX was the next best thing after the deaths of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. Other rappers who were contending with him for the top spot back then was Snoop Dogg, Ja Rule, and 50 Cent, but they didn't even come close to the impact he had on the industry at the time, not to mention his fan base. His tunes turned to street anthems that won him numerous awards, including Grammy and Billboard awards.
Yo. One of the most heated debates in hip-hop has always been who has the best live performance.
Nah, I thought it was who had the best clothes.
Yeah, right. Anyway, these artists sweat through their clothes for your enjoyment. That's why they're the nominees for Best Live Performer of the Year, and they are...
Nominee.
And I have the envelope. And the Source Award for Best Performance goes to...
Who's the winner?
Where my dogs at? DMX!
Why yo?
His debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, went multi-platinum, and the follow-up album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, went #1 on its very first week. As you can see, the man was a superstar and a powerhouse all in one, but more importantly, he embodied a movement. DMX's career went beyond his music. Way before Cat Williams, Jaguar Wright, or Ali Carter, he was a truth-sayer and he was a gangster with it. X was never afraid to get down to all the nitty-gritty details.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of riding, bending over the desk, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it. They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives, and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at going to dinner with them and shit like that, and you know, all that favor for a favor. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it. A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
He was one of the first people to speak on Diddy's freak-offs, revealing that the man was R-wording artists signed under his label. Now, when X said it, he did not sugarcoat it. He let the world know that Diddy had no exceptions, so he was essaying both male and female artists. Matter of fact, he said it was more male than female artists. He mentioned that Diddy R-worded Biggie, and that the majority of artists signed under Bad Boy record label willingly bent over backwards for Diddy, including Ja Rule.
All right, tomorrow's the day. We're gonna be looking out for this, dog. I'm really trying to see what you got to say, because you sound real hostile about this.
Oh, man, it's going down, my brother. It's going down, man.
Is there certain subjects you gonna touch on this, or just like you just going at him?
All this shit about him being a homo. You know he be too, right?
No.
Yeah, man, I was styling his clothes and shit. I got the inside information, man. Some that was styling his clothes for one of them shows, got him ecstasy that one night and him.
No, dog.
Yeah, Ja Rule was fucking niggas, I'm telling you, dog. Oh, my mama. The told me that himself. He said, yeah, I was with Ja, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was all ecstasy up, so he fucked me.
What?
Whoa.
What?
It was crazy. Yeah, man. They said they walk around with a bag of them pills, man. Talk about me, you can't be serious, man. That X is everything. Get it? The X is everything. Hi.
Yo, this is a big statement you making here, man. You throw it.
Yeah, man, Ja Rule straight up. He's.
Oh, this
is. All them homo niggas out there that wants some dick, give your man Ja Rule some X, and he'll fuck you. What up, man? All right.
At some other point, he accused Ja Rule of messing around with his male stylist, saying that the stylist himself told him about it. On the KMEL radio station, he said, "You know he be effing ninjas too, right? Some ninja that was styling his clothes for one of them shows. Gave him ecstasy one night and effed him. Yeah, Ja is effing ninjas. On my mama, he told me himself." X's track The Industry really broke down what was going on behind the scenes. Like years before, he had a line about men bending over for fame stuck out the most with fans. Although back then, we had no idea how deep and dirty the industry really was. X believed that there was a bigger spiritual war going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people were tied to that big dark energy.
You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know, saying what the shit is about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry, what you heard, because he's bluffing. The industry, money, hate, but I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets, we like, get him. 17 up in that thing, catch him sleeping and hit him. My pop whoever's with him. The coroner's coming to get him.
Over the years, X directly called Diddy and Jay Z and label executive Leo Cohen. These men were all major power players in the industry who at the time were basically untouchable. Jay Z considered Cohen as his mentor, and according to X, they were all deep down in the gutters together. Now, Cohen as an individual is a man wrapped up in a lot of controversy, a major theory being that he is a CIA plant that has been using his influence to push certain agendas in hip-hop. And the reason people say this is because Cohen has been caught a couple of times slipping up about his past. In a 2023 Vlad TV interview, he initially mentioned that his mom was just a housewife, but later on in the same interview, he said she worked for the Israeli government.
The head of psychiatry for Kaiser Permanente, and my mother was just a housewife and raising children, and remarkable period of my life. My parents weren't immigrants because they weren't staying here. Okay, so my biological father was coming here just for his education, and my mother worked for the Israeli government. And so when I was born, I went straight back to Israel.
When DMX passed in 2021 from a suspected OD, Lior disrespected his death. According to Billboard, Lior referred to X as a gremlin and said, "Once it kicked off, I wasn't surprised. I always kind of knew it was a race against time." So the race against time was X was a gremlin, reckless, and looking for a wall to crash into. His death is no surprise if you listened and watched what X was. When Lior started getting heat for that statement, he came out to defend himself, mentioning that he helped DMX's career and had nothing against him as an individual. But Irv Gotti called cap on that, saying that Jay Z and Lior used to laugh at DMX's career.
We back to the hood, and X is the leader of this revolution. I used to put on the wall a triangle with 5. And it was like, they used to clown me. They used to be like, who's gonna buy his records, Gotti? Chihuahuas, he's barking. No one wants to hear that bullshit. And I'd be like, yeah.
Over the years, a lot of artists like DMX have talked about the darkness in the music industry. Prodigy, for instance, talked about the Illuminati, a secret society that controls the world through the entertainment industry.
The Hip Hop Task Force was created to watch Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, to watch the artists that was connected with P. Diddy.
While Prodigy served time for weapons possession back in 2010, he wrote a letter from jail, which was discovered after his demise in 2017. The letter read, "The government, religion, politics, Federal Reserve, IRS, and everything that we believe is a lie. Jay Z knows the truth. He chose to side with evil in order to be accepted in the corporate world. Jay Z conceals the truth from the black community in the world and promotes the lifestyle of the beast instead." 5 months before Prodigy Prodigy passed, he dropped an album titled The Hegelian Dialectic, the Book of Revelation, where he went all in on secret societies, hidden agendas, and the powers pulling the strings behind the scenes. Now, Prodigy's death, like many truthsayers in the industry, was pretty weird because apparently he didn't die from the sickle cell illness he was battling with. He allegedly choked on a boiled egg while admitted at a hospital. Pimp C has also been talking about a lot of men in the industry who refuse to come out the closet, but instead do wicked deeds with young up-and-coming rappers behind the scenes. Considering the rap circle C was running with at the time, coupled with the gossip on news tabloids, people had a pretty solid idea of the artist he was referring to.
And then you get over here and you letting these boys bust up your back. Cause you know, it gonna come to the light. Cause a lot of doing a lot of fugazi out here, man. You know what I'm saying? These they flip-floppy, they pitching and they catching with these boys, and they doing all this. So, and if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and act like a straight-up G, and then you get over here and you letting these boys bust up your back. Because, you know, it gonna come to the light.
And who can forget 50 Cent's revelation about Diddy wanting to take him out shopping?
Pop was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he's like, yo, so yo, when we gonna get the chance to, you know, to kick it, like, hang out? We gotta kick it. This is Pop. Okay. You're telling me we gotta kick it, and he's like, yo.
That and the lyrics from his song, which reads, "Oh, I guess I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons. I don't give a F. I don't want to hang out with you, punk, no way. You want to play games, you want to waste my time." And here's the part that really haunts people. In some of DMX's final recordings, whether it was interviews or moments caught off camera, you can hear a brokenness in his voice that fans say wasn't just from addiction or pain, but betrayal. Some speculate that he had finally seen the full picture, who was really pulling the strings, who had tried to bury him, and how deep the industry rot went. If Diddy really did what X claimed all those years ago, then maybe those final tapes weren't just music or interviews. Maybe they were cries for help. DMX, alongside a number of other rappers, most of whom have now been silenced, had been warning about Diddy for decades, but no one listened.
You know, I go to do the 6th album, and you know,
Jay Z became president.
Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, "Yo, dog, inmates is running the building." Like, "Yo, you good?" Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Go on vacation and. You know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again.
Here's what people have to say about this. DMX has always been a poet, and this is how his music really touched me. I don't believe he relapsed and died on an overdose. I honestly think just like other artists like Aaliyah, Biggie, Tupac, MJ, Whitney, and many more were killed by some of these devils in the industry because they knew a lot, but they couldn't be manipulated by the devil. Another person added, DMX is a lyrical genius and a legend. He truly was battling the devil because it's a spiritual warfare when they trying to snatch your soul and destiny swap. They hate when rappers are spiritual and stand in their truth. Well, now we want to know what your thoughts are. Just how deep and dirty do you think the industry goes? What truth do you think these people discovered that they had to be silenced for? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more contents like this.